right, so the last part for chapter 6 for your midterm exam is going to be the last part of our binomial probability distribution section, which is talking about cumulative binomial probability. So we are given another example. We're told that 76.2% of front seat occupants wear seatbelts. That both occupants in the front seat wear their seatbelt. So if we compare that information with the current usage, if we select a sample of 12 vehicles. So if we're asked what's the probability of exactly 7 in 12 wearing seatbelts, it'd be probability of x equals 7. So it'd be 12 C7 times 0.762, because that's that statistic here, our pi. This is going to be to the r to the 7, because that's what we're asked about here, to the x, sorry. And then this is going to be times 1 minus pi to the n minus x, which is going to be 12 minus 7. So we do all this calculation, and we find out this is 0.0902. Then we're asked, what is the probability of at least 7 people of the 12 wearing seatbelts? And so in order to do a cumulative, we have to use this p x equals 7, and then we also have to add up all the individual probabilities for each possible value above 7 until we get to the last possible value, which is the probability of every single person sampled. So we're going to take this 0.092 number and we're going to put that in this probability. We're going to calculate the probability that x is equal to 8, which we're told is 0.1805, and we're going to add that up. And so doing this, we end up with a probability that of at least 7 people wearing their seatbelts of 95.62%, given the fact that 76% of all people, right, and 7 out of 12 is less than 76%. That makes sense to me. Again, it passes the sniff test. You can find the Excel commands for this stuff in Appendix C. So the other part of this that I want to mention real quick, because it's important for the Kahoot, is let's say you figured out what the we figured out that the probability that it's greater than or equal to 7 is this, right? What if I then flipped around and asked you what the probability of x being less than 6 is?
You're just going to hit x equals 5, x equals 4.
I could do that, but how could I do it faster? I use my complement rule, right? So the fact that this is the other half of what the probabilities could be, I know that the probabilities have to add up to 1 for all of them, so I can use my complement rule to say 1 minus the probability of x greater than or equal to 7. And so this is going to be 1 minus 0.9562, whatever that value is. Questions there? Okay, let's do our Kahoot.